I'm going to call this meeting to order late at 6:15. I guess I will also take notes today. Okay. Kurt is not here, so I'm chairing the meeting for today. This meeting of the Finance Committee will be held in person at the location provided on this notice. Members of the public are welcome to attend this in-person meeting. Please note this option for remote attendance and/or participation via Zoom will be provided as a courtesy to the public. The meeting/hearing will not be suspended or terminated if technological problems interrupt the virtual broadcast unless otherwise required by law. Members of the public with particular interest in a specific item on this agenda should make plans for in-person versus virtual attendance accordingly. This meeting will be live on Zoom. The public may access the proceedings by joining Zoom meeting ID 860-8777-1519 or by calling 929-205-6099. For additional information about remote participation, please contact Carl Antonellis, Assistant Town Manager at atm@ayer.ma.us or 978-772-8220 extension 100 prior to the meeting. Call the meeting to order. That's done. Review and approve the April 18th, 2024 meeting minutes.
I abstained because I was not there.
Okay, well, did you read the minutes?
I did.
Okay. Did you have any notes on the minutes?
No.
Jen, did you read the minutes?
No, I have no objection, and I move to approve the minutes.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Jen?
Aye.
Okay. Look at that. Hold on, I'm taking minutes at the same time. Okay, so we're meeting to talk about the town meeting is next on the agenda. What did you guys think of the town meeting?
Great.
That was probably the best town meeting we've had in a long time. Jen, what did you think?
I enjoyed it. I wish I had spent more time with learning about the purchasing of that 71 Sandy Pond Road issue. I didn't know if the town overpaid, but it seems like I trust that the Board of Selectmen and the town manager were careful with the town's finances. So anyway, that was the only thing I had a little worried, but no, I realized it was too late to really debate about it at town meeting. So other than that, I think it was great.
Yeah. You pro land or not pro land?
Well, I am pro-land.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be interested to see how they use it. You know, one of the fellows brought up a good point. Is it going to be a parking lot, or can we, use it for other uses as well? So that's going to be, I think that process is going to be interesting to talk about. So.
Me too. I don't think we'll have any say in it. They didn't even ask us for our opinion on an article, I don't think, for that town warrant.
Not that I'm aware of, no. At least not in our meetings, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so. I thought it went pretty well too, actually.
Yeah.
There was no divisive issues. We didn't have to go up and give any opinions like last year, so hopefully that just means we're doing a good job. Next item is the 2026 budget planning. Barbara.
Yeah.
Do you know when that whole thing kicks off again? That's not for quite a while now.
So it is early for that. So I'm going to estimate that around the end of August, September, you'll start hearing about the budget calendar coming up for the fiscal 2026. And there's a lot of just planning on when things will happen, like budget forums and different things. So I'm going to tell you probably around the end of August, beginning of September, you might start hearing about it.
Okay. Do you know if, is the forward projection stuff end up in that ClearGov platform, or is that just the past stuff?
The forward projection?
Yeah, like can I see 2026's stuff in the ClearGov when that gets put in there?
So as they do the budget process, they can put it in there and they can update it. I don't know what the plan is yet.
Yeah, okay.
That's under the accountant's, she's the one who enters the budgets into ClearGov and updates them, but yeah.
I don't know if you had any insight on that one. Presumably, we'll do it again now that we have access to it.
Yeah, and as the years pass, we'll build up more history, so we'll start seeing the history as well.
Yeah, I really like it. I only played with it a little bit. Thank you.
Thanks.
You play with it yet?
Not yet.
Jen, you ever play with that ClearGov platform stuff yet?
Can you repeat yourself? Didn't quite hear.
Have you played around with that ClearGov software for the finances?
No. What's the name of the software?
ClearGov. You can get it on, it's on our yeah, it's on our page on the website, among many other places.
Okay.
It's accessible to the
Okay.
public, right?
I will take a look at it.
Yeah, you should take a look.
That has the next year's budget information. What's it?
No, next year's budget information won't be available for some number of months.
Okay, so what am I looking at on that website?
Well, it's just the past budgeting, but you can see graphs and all sorts of other stuff on spending and current
Yes.
spend.
I remember. I think I remember Barbara mentioned that before.
He did. He gave a presentation real quickly. I'll take that as an action item for everyone to take a quick glance at it before our next meeting. Or maybe I'll put together a presentation. We can look at something interesting.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Thank you very much for bringing that up again.
Yeah, it's cool. I haven't played with it that much either, but
Are
it's,
there any instructions, or you just wing it?
I mean, it's not that hard.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, well, maybe for our next meeting, maybe we'll put together something.
Okay.
We can just pick a budget and go through, because if we have some number of months, we can just pick one of the big budgets to look at and just see the spend and where they are in their budget process, and then we can kind of use it as a catch-up to where we thought we would be and what they said they were going to do.
Yeah, that's a
So-
good idea. Yeah.
I'll write
I think
that.
that's a really good idea to analyze the past budgets and it will, I think it will make us understand better how this thing works.
Yeah, I'll take that as an action for myself to queue that up for our next meeting.
Sounds good.
And I guess for next year, you're new, so I'll ask you first. Having the department heads come in and give presentations seems to be our standard thing, but is there anything else you think we should be doing, or less we should be doing, or more we should be doing?
Based on my current knowledge and experience?
Yep.
No. I'm sure I will come up with something.
It's a lot of information, right? Like Dan
Yeah,
shows
I
up
mean-
and he has all those departments and stuff. It's a lot.
Right, yeah.
Jen, any feedback for next year's process?
I honestly haven't got much time to think about it, so, but I think that I really like your suggestion of kind of reviewing past years, the town budget, and maybe I think that would help us when we review future budgets. I think that would help.
It's true.
I still find that every time when they just give one presentation, it's way too little time to understand all the details. So it's hard for me to kind of ask questions or give some critique. So basically, I feel like that I need to overall learn about how town government works much more before I can actually become critical.
Yeah.
Not critical in a negative sense, but actually, be constructive, to actually.
Well, we could have an off-season budget time where we could invite Dan and the fire chief and all those people, Dan, DPW director and and the fire chief and the police chief to come give us mid-year updates or something like
Yeah,
that.
I do think that Andrew, I really like the idea because we should use the off-season time to try to, catch up on the background information. I also found that what I remember from not this year's presentation but last year's was that especially the fire chief, he had his own language. So it doesn't matter how many times he explains things, he always explains things in certain ways. And that I had a hard time understanding everything he said. Not that I can understand English, but what the terms he used, what they imply. It's like every discipline, they're using their own like a terminology.
Yeah.
And to us, the lay people, we don't quite know exactly what. So I felt like there is a communication issue, and that's the same thing that when they answered the question from the general public, that same issue existed too, because I think that he had explained himself very clearly, or he thought so, but he could not convince the other guy because I don't think the other guy fully understood what he said. So if we can understand it better and then translate those rather terms that have special meanings to people who are in that profession, translate them into more general terms. That this is true of every discipline. For you to communicate effectively, you need to turn your terms that's specific to your discipline into some more general accessible terms.
Okay.
I feel like a lot of time there's at least for me that the communication is a part that can be improved. Sorry, Pauline.
I agree with you, Jen. I mean, the habit is to use a lot of acronyms, for terminologies, and I'm always wondering exactly what they are. Sometimes I know, but a lot of times they're specific to their particular industry.
I think it's good to ask specifically,
Yeah,
and then it's on the record, and then if someone rewatches it, it's even if you know what it is, it's always good to get
Well,
clarification.
I usually do.
I see.
Oh,
1 second, Pauline.
that's it. Yeah. Wouldn't be a bad idea to maybe give us a homework assignment. I really didn't put any thought into your question
It's okay.
about things that we could change or improve on. So maybe it's
I mean, I think about it all the time too. I'm
I
like,
bet.
what do you do? I'm not sure there's anything specific. If you're trying to keep the meetings to an hour and that's reasonable for people to show up to, then you can only pack so much in, and the budget time is so short that I think maybe to Jin's point, if we did a little bit more in the off season, it would kind of stretch that time a little bit more.
Yeah, great.
Go ahead, Pauline.
Thank you, Andrew. And Jim, I totally understand and support your concern about not understanding the language that the departments use, but I think your suggestion of using the quote-unquote off-season, because there is no off-season in municipal government, to understand, I can assure you, Tim would be more than happy to come or Jeremy, be more than happy to come and sit with you and help you understand. I think I suggested this with the school committee a year or two ago, and Brian Gill and Jen would also be more than happy to meet with you in your off season, because they really do need your support, and it's a learning curve. I appreciate it, having spent as many years on it as I did, and I'm always here. If you have a question, I'll give you the best answer I have available.
Thanks, Pauline. Yeah.
So we should, if we analyze the past his budget and we have some question regarding an item that's related to one of those major departments, I think we should try to contact them and see if they can come and give us a little explanation.
Yeah.
And when there are few people, maybe we can just, I sometimes feel that I need to ask back and forth, because, I know that in my own technical field, there are a lot of terms that mean specifically, have specific meanings to us that, other people wouldn't understand. And I think the same is true with the fire department, with the police and DPW. So, if we understand how they communicate, I think in the future we'll understand them.
I'm happy to assign Kurt the task of scheduling the. We can set a schedule like we do when the new budget comes. We'll go through this is the mid-year, I guess. right? Mid-year? Right now it's mid-year because we're on the
Wasn't it July 1st?
end of the year.
We're at year end for fiscal 2024.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, end of year update, how about that? Cool. That is now Kurt's task. Okay, everyone gets an action item for today. All right, moving on. Outside committee updates. There haven't been any by-board meetings that I've been to, at least. I don't think there have been any.
Since,
We last met.
yeah.
You haven't had any
I
rate
haven't
review
had any,
committee?
no.
Jen, have you been to the stormwater? They've been having their meeting still?
Yes. In fact, we just had one yesterday.
Oh, how did that go?
I feel like they always went really well. I mean, actually, yesterday there was, by comparison, there was one point that two people had some slight disagreement, but most of the time they went really smoothly. So yesterday we spent a lot of time because that meeting had several different parties. There was always the outside consultant, and then the town, DPW, and then the select board member, and then other people. So yesterday it was a fairly, I felt, busy meeting because they were trying to review the regulation. They are proposing either a bylaw or regulation for this, proposed stormwater utility fund, and so I had to go through, I think there were 16 pages, and try to see if the language was appropriate, and so I mean I had gone through several rounds of that. So, but I felt like at the beginning of this series of meetings, I was kind of skeptical if much could be done, but I actually thought that we made progress over time.
Okay. Interesting. Bylaw versus regular law.
Exactly. I actually wanted to understand that. I think that one thing is determined by the Massachusetts general law, and the other one is determined by the town. So there's two different terms. I think the other one is correct. I mean, Barbara was at the meeting too, so Barbara can probably correct me if I was wrong. I think maybe bylaw is drafted and defined by the town.
Yeah, bylaws are town.
Yeah, and then the regulation, I think, is something that sort of you had to go along with the Massachusetts general law, and then sort of it's almost as if this is a prodigy. I'm not prodigy. I'm trying to use a biology term, not prodigy. The progenitor. This is like the offspring of the bigger statewide law. Sort of like how they go branch out, further branch. So I wonder if it's like that. So anyway.
Leave it to a biologist to explain. Okay.
I actually am no biologist, so that's why I cannot use the term correctly.
Stand corrected. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, so they had a lot of, every meeting, there were some different emphasis things to discuss, and I felt like, by and large, they achieved that, so.
Cool. It sounds like there's a long road ahead, but we're making progress.
Yeah, I'm still worried if they did enough publicity, but, Dan said that he had done most of it. Because he said that he had the material at the annual town meeting, and I don't see that. But did you see any handout from DPW at town meeting?
I don't remember.
No, wait a second. I think they did have it was a slide presentation. But I think it was something that we'd already seen. Yeah.
Oh, maybe that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, he did come to every committee meeting, but only Pauline saw that 18 times. Okay.
I mean, Pauline is so familiar with the town government, so I think everything has this process. If you are familiar with the way of doing, you extract information faster.
Go ahead, Pauline.
Just to clarify, I think what Jen is referring to is the stormwater bylaw came before town meeting a couple of years ago and was resoundingly defeated because it was an added tax or fee to people's tax bill. And the select board and DPW superintendent are working toward bringing the utility fund back to town meeting, but there's a time frame for that. They've had a number of discussions, and Jen, you've been on the committee. So I'm not sure if Dan meant this past town meeting, because no, there was nothing at this past town meeting.
Okay.
I think he meant this one because he had in our monthly meeting, he showed us a timetable that what he was going to do in terms of publicity. And one of the things he was going to do for is that at this current the April town meeting to have a handout about this idea that we're going to try to propose the stormwater utility fund. And afterwards, the next day, I sent him an email. I said, I didn't see your handout, but he didn't reply to me. So I don't know if he somewhere that.
Okay, go ahead, Pauline, and then we're gonna move on.
One last comment. There was nothing on the warrant for stormwater utility fund. We may see that in October at the
Exactly.
Right. So it's not currently, and I don't know where it's going to end up.
No, it's not this past annual meeting. It's not discussed at all. It's not even touched. But I think the idea is trying to propose that in the fall town meeting. And so that's why they're trying to do the publicity now to prepare people mentally for this. But I feel like I don't feel like they've done enough, but I don't know. I probably don't know enough. So
I'm sure we'll see him
but
again.
they're going to, I think, probably visit the bigger industrial customers soon, because those companies are affected more.
Okay, we'll take that as the gospel. Thanks, Jen. Okay, so next item is our next meeting. We've been doing the second Thursday. Second Thursday? Third Thursday.
The third, yeah.
Third Thursday. This is just a weird month, right?
Yeah.
Third Thursday, which puts us at June 20th. Does that work for you?
I believe so.
Jen,
Sure.
June 20th?
Sure. As long as we can do Zoom, I can do it anytime.
Okay.
Yeah, I've already got it in my calendar.
Okay, cool. All right, we'll set that for June 20th, and I will get with Kurt and we'll figure out what we're going to talk about and see if we can get someone to talk about their budget.
Yeah.
Cool. Any public comments? Pauline, you got any parting remarks? Or are you good?
I'm good. Thank you, Andrew.
No problem. You're the only one here, so might as well.
Andrew, what about we try to take past year's budget? I think we should, as a group, sort of make the assignment first, that we among ourselves discuss first, and then maybe next meeting ask them, because otherwise, which of the four major departments do we ask them to come to give the explanation? I guess not school, then just three, and then I feel like we need to do some more homework on our own first before we get people to come.
Okay.
Otherwise, at least for me, I wouldn't even know what to ask. And then if you just ask people to give you a general presentation, I think that it's not as effective. I'd rather if I kind of like do my homework and review something first, then I have certain points that I don't understand, and ask them specifically for those. I think that would be a better decision.
Okay, I'll take that. Why don't we do we'll sit down as a committee and do a ClearGov run through together and pick someone's budget.
Yeah,
and
we
run
should
through.
maybe kind of like have 1 or 2 round of email to decide which year's budget we're going to pick. Probably, hopefully one of the more recent ones so that, things are more relevant. And then
Go ahead,
we
Barbara.
go through that and kind of like a exercise.
Go ahead,
So
Barbara.
I just want to remind that you have to be careful with emailing.
Yeah, I was getting there.
Okay.
We're not allowed to deliberate over email, Jen, so.
No, I'm not saying deliberate.
I know
but
you're not.
Just like proposing which one would do. I'm a scientist, so or rather like a professional student. So my approach to everything is like a study homework or study a subject.
All right.
So what I was proposing in email was that we do the assignment. Say that we agree, like Kurt said, that we're going to take a 2021's budget and analyze that. Or we could even divide that, say that, of the 5 of us, each one read like, 5 or 6 articles. And then we then come back and we discuss that first. And then I think among ourselves, as we discuss, and we say that, we don't understand why this one is this way. And then I feel I will learn more if I then go to the person in that department and have that person explain.
Okay. Well, we'll tentatively pick 2020. What year are we in? 2024. We can tentatively choose 2022, but I'll talk to Kurt about it and have him.
Yeah.
He'll send out a decree, and we shall follow the decree that shall not be deliberated.
That's right.
Okay. Cool. Would you like to make a motion to adjourn?
I will motion to adjourn.
All right, I second.
There you go. All those in favor?
Aye.
Jen?
Aye.
All right, we are adjourned. Thanks, Jen.